So I've started the recording, so we can start whenever we want. Just cut the beginning.
Perfect. So, welcome back.
Episode 2, baby.
See, I'm thinking about calling this episode 1 and having the pilot be like
Oh
its own
yeah,
thing.
that's right.
Like, it's like the introduction.
Episode 1, baby.
Yeah, it's episode 1. Um,
We're
I didn't write
s-
anything down for last episode.
Oh, I did.
I don't ever really write anything down, so I don't know how to preface it because I never plan anything specifically that I'm gonna talk about anyways.
I had one note from the last episode that I wanted to cover real quick.
Okay.
So, when I was watching it back, I realized when we briefly mentioned gentrification, and I
Right.
felt like I may have accidentally in uh, accidentally downplayed how linked it is to race, because I remember saying it's mostly economic. Some people think it can only be
Hmm.
racial, but because it's economic, it is inherently racial. Because gentrification is like, when we're talking economic, we're talking like taking housing and property from port areas. I just killed that fly. Taking
Right.
housing and property from poor areas, um, as a rich person, buying them up, making them nicer, and raising property value until eventually
Hmm.
everybody who's poor can't afford the neighborhood.
Hmm.
Um, and because it's taking property from poor areas, those also tend to be minority have dominant areas. So it is linked to race a
It's
lot.
all linked. It's all linked one way or another.
Yeah, so because it's
But
economic, it is racial because
yeah.
economics favor the white man.
Right. Gentrification. I mean, just gentrification.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like, oh no, it bothered me the way that I described it as
See,
it's
I don't
mostly.
think.
I was like, oh no, let me just clear that
Right.
up.
Well, understandable. I don't think anybody would have had anything to say. um, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, I
It's
gotta have
growth.
integrity.
Exactly.
I was like, oh man, I don't know. I just don't like I don't like downplaying certain things a lot of the time.
Right.
But that's all. That was my
Well,
only note from the last episode. Oh, also that I said white women a lot, but I was like, they kind of deserve it. So
right. So no apologies for that one. It's all fine. It's all good. Like most of the like controversial stuff, I feel like we didn't talk about until like the very end. And I know nobody made it that far. So we're in the clear
oh,
regardless. And
did you
that's just
see
the
the average
pilot. Like
watch time?
say what?
Did you look at the average watch time?
I did actually. We're not gonna talk about that on here. But
Oh no,
I
it was that bad?
no, it was not as it's not bad as I was expecting it to be.
Oh nice. I was guessing like 10 minutes average watch time. That was my guess.
No, but we're definitely gonna have to make this one a little bit shorter because we rambled too much at the end
Yeah.
of the first one. But it's fine. It's fine. No, it's perfectly fine.
It's just, so people get to decide whether or not they hate us immediately. First impressions.
Exactly. So I kind of want to do the fit check. Like I don't know if I want to do that every episode, but I feel like we should do it since we did it for the pilot. I feel like we should
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least try to get into a habit of doing something. I think we should do that.
Okay, well,
And I think you should go first since you went first last time. Just
yeah.
keep it the same.
Okay, so I got my Russia shirt. It just
Okay.
says Russia, and then I got my little Adidas jogging shorts.
Love that.
You know, keeping it simple, keeping it classy. The same pair of
It's
glasses I've been wearing every day for like 2 years.
I mean, you have to have a classic.
Oh yeah, that is the look.
So that's the look. Okay, nothing else.
It's so simple today.
Okay. So my look is
Ooh, is that
so
some
last
Teddy Fresh there?
yes, and I was just about to say last episode you mentioned Teddy Fresh, and I was like, oh my god, I have so much Teddy Fresh. I didn't wear this, so my top and my bottoms are both Teddy Fresh. and I didn't do it on purpose for this episode. That's just what I wore for today. And I was actually considering changing before I got back to do the podcast, and I was like, "Oh my god, wait. This is perfect."
We love it. We are Ela stands here.
Exactly, love her. So, I have of course my rings on, just casual. The same bracelets that I had last time. I made these. So,
Oh,
I'm going to
nice.
wear them. I'm going to wear them as much as I fucking want cuz I made them. Like, don't talk to me about it.
Drop the
Nobody
Etsy
has.
link.
Nobody has talked to me about it yet, but just foreshadowing, like forewarning, don't talk to me about it because you will see me wearing pieces that I've made a lot because I'm obsessed with them.
Nice.
That's just how it is.
You should be. You made
Um,
them.
exactly.
Here, I'll put on a necklace.
Let me show the top and bottom, and I have to take my earbud out. So of course, as last time,
Never mind.
say whatever.
Okay, I'll say whatever.
I think you
Whatever.
can still hear me a little bit, so we're just gonna stand.
Whatever.
I got the like quilted tight hoodie. It's just like
Whatever.
it's giving something I don't know. And the top with my
Whatever, dude.
necklaces. Oh yeah, and my earrings this
Whatever.
time I have orchids. So
Whatever.
it's giving pussy, it's giving cunt. That's all I gotta say.
Nice. I just said, whatever came to mind about the outfit. I really do like it.
I know I saw you saying something and I was like, I don't know what he's saying, but I'm just gonna keep talking.
Yeah, you just got to keep talking. I do like
Exactly.
those pants, dude. Those pants are
I'm obsessed with these sweatpants. Like the designs that Ela's been doing for the past few months have been so nice.
they've been
The
pushing a little
floral
bit.
ones.
I've never seen them. I've never seen similar designs from a brand like this.
Right.
Like someone that's marketed towards most people doesn't usually
Hmm.
like go nuts, and I kind of like it.
And it's still like streetwear. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like even though there are some pieces that are, basic.
Yeah.
That's just personal opinion also. Maybe somebody else might think it's more streetwear than I do.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really nice pieces.
I really like
And
it.
they're actually nice. Like the material and everything.
I really wanted the jumpsuit from the recent drop. Is that what it's
I
called?
don't know if I don't know if I saw
Tracksuit.
it. Tracksuit. I don't know if I saw that.
Oh my god. I would pull it up, but I cannot. I think it was like floral and patch. Let me pull it up.
Oh,
It's
it was like it was joggers and like a hoodie or like
mm-hmm,
sweater.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was giving. They released female pants that were like,
It was this one. Did you see this one? If I can get it to,
please focus. I'm
it's not gonna
begging.
do it. But yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
god.
like the floral with like a bunch of different floral fabrics all like
Yeah,
into like a sweatshirt and sweat joggers or something. It was so sick. I want it.
I loved it. I loved it. She came out with like these women's joggers that were
Mm-hmm.
the left and right leg were different designs on the front
Yeah,
and back.
that's what it was.
If I knew what size to get that would fit me, I would have gotten the women's.
You don't know your size in the women's?
Well, yeah, like they have the measurement guide, but I'm like, what if it doesn't fit? Like, what if it's different? Like,
Actually don't know my size anymore. I could be way wrong.
I only know my shoe size in women is 13.
Mm.
And
Damn.
that's because I had to get like a heel and I couldn't even find a heel, obviously. Like who has size 13 women's shoes?
I have no
I,
trouble finding women's shoes.
I literally had to buy these flats. I ended up getting flats from some old lady in the middle of nowhere. So
Wow.
it was for Rocky Horror, obviously.
Ugh. I love Rocky Horror. I just made my girlfriend watch it. She'd never seen it before. I haven't seen it in like 5 years. Forgot pretty much the entire plot. Still
There's
love it.
no way. There's no way you can forget. You can watch Rocky Horror
I
and
remembered
forget.
like the basic part of the. I forget like everything. If I don't like, I'll wait. Usually like 2 years if I have a movie I really like. I'll wait two
Right.
years till I forget it and then I'll watch it again.
Mm. I understand that actually. There's only certain things that I can rewatch immediately after seeing it, and it's
Hmm.
usually like very short episodes, like something in a season that's really short episodes, like maybe an anime or something.
Yeah, like I'll watch Avatar: The Last Airbender every single summer.
Okay, that I've never done.
You should do it. You'll never regret it.
This
It's so
I
good.
like Avatar, but like I never got into it a lot.
That's wild. It's pretty hard not to get into, I think.
I couldn't like when it released on Netflix and everybody was like, "Oh my God, like it's finally on Netflix." I added it to my list and it just sat there and I was like, I can't bring myself to watch it. I can't think of anything that intrigued me enough when I watched it the first time as a kid that I was like, "Oh my God." I mean, there's a few things that I liked about it obviously,
Hmm.
but it wasn't enough to make me go back.
That's insane to
I'm
me because
sorry.
that is like the best show in the world. But I get it, everybody likes their own thing.
Exactly. And it's not bad. It's not a bad show and necessarily. It's just I couldn't
Oh,
bring myself to watch it again.
I just caught a tiny
But I feel
spider.
that this boy and his goddamn bugs.
I don't know
I'm
what you
so
are, but start eating all of the gnats, please.
um
She's gonna live over
but
there
I also
now.
feel all the gnats live over there. Is that what you just said?
No, the spider's gonna live over here to kill the.
I thought you said the gnats live over here. I was like, you have too many bugs, Damon, if you are collecting gnats.
I mean, cockroaches. I mean, I accidentally got a collection of fungus gnats. They came in one of the substrate bins, and I've been killing them off systematically.
Right.
Anyways, what
Like
were you
it's
saying?
cruelty free, right? Cruelty free.
Yeah, as cruelty free as you can smash something.
Oh my God, of course. But what I was saying was I feel that same way about like Naruto. It's to me, Naruto is like great. Take away all the filler episodes, it's great.
I agree.
But I also I couldn't watch it through. I couldn't watch it again.
I feel that. I tried to get
I don't
into
know.
like One Piece, and I kind of got the same vibe. I liked it, but I couldn't stand all of the like extra stuff, so I never finished it.
Right. I would have to look up the filler episodes and just skip them because I would get so angry. I'd be like, this is just so useless, so much useless information that I don't care about.
They make guides now, I noticed, for animes like that, where they just show you what episodes to watch, and you just skip
Yeah,
all of the rest of the episodes.
I would get those.
They're pretty. I mean, I think they're on like Google and stuff. You can just like Google like watch guide and
I mean, if I were to have a say, I would say just get rid of filler episodes altogether.
ban them.
I'm pretty sure most anime has gotten rid of them now. I There's not a lot that I see that are just like filler episodes. But then again, there's not a lot of modern ones that go on for like hundreds of episodes per season like they used to.
Yeah, which
So,
is great.
yeah, honestly, it's so much more consumable. It's so much easier to get into.
I just think that's what happened. Like, I feel like episodes are also getting longer in a lot of animes. So like, the filler episode is just like 10 minutes in the beginning center of the episode, and then the rest is all important.
Right.
Or like, I guess there's still some like. Have you watched My Hero?
I have not finished it though.
I haven't finished it either. It's still going. We can't finish it.
I know, it's never gonna end.
Yeah, but without I mean, I feel like there were some like bits of filler in it, but it's such like a it's very heavy on the plot. So sometimes I just
Right.
ended up getting bored of the plot.
Right.
I wanted a break from the plot. So I don't know. Maybe there's like some some benefit to like maybe 2 or 3 filler episodes.
I don't know. It's not like I'm making anime, so like I don't really know what's up, but that's just my opinion.
We'll just have to start
Ban
making anime
filler.
and figure out what it is. Yeah, ban it for now. I don't know.
I feel like we could do that. Like, I feel like Netflix takes on a lot of weirdos. Like,
We'll convince
I,
Netflix.
I think we could. I actually think whenever I release my parody of their Perfection movie,
What is that?
I think. Oh, you've not heard about this.
No. You're gonna have to explain this.
So, there's a movie on Netflix. This is also great promotion for my video that I'm going to be coming out with soon. Not
Yeah.
soon. I'm still working on it. It's coming out though. It's called The Perfection, and it is like horror thriller, psychological type weird mess. Um, the storyline is really hard to explain because I don't. If you say too much, you give it away, and there's almost a what moment for every like 30 minutes in the movie. Like there's three big things that happen in the plot that just like change it completely.
Hmm.
So it's really hard to explain. But just know it's crazy. It's psychological. It's like horror vibes. Like it is honestly the wildest movie. And what makes it even better is the fact that the acting is not that great.
Good.
The editing is not that great. Like and it does such a bad job of kind of like explaining what's going on and it's just constantly confusing. Like I feel like I always have a question when I'm watching the movie, which sometimes it does work for movies. There's movies that I've seen where I'm just so confused the entire time, but I end up loving it because at the very end it just makes complete and total sense. This movie did not hit the mark. It was not giving what it was supposed to give, and that's kind of what makes it good. It's like one of those movies that you watch because it's so funny to watch.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck were y'all thinking when you wrote this? It gives very much that.
I've just sworn off Netflix horror because it's all shit. Actually, I don't think I've seen a good horror movie since ever. Nothing really scares me. Nothing really is. Oh, you know what? Have you watched The Witch?
No.
That is a good horror movie.
I haven't seen I don't really watch horror movies that much anymore. I just watch like weird psychological things or
That is kind of like a weird psychological horror. It really fucks
I've
with your head.
heard. I think someone's recommended it to me before.
That would be probably the only one I will. Well, also, what was that one with the guy who wears the wolf mask? What was that?
Now, I don't know about that.
Okay, wait. Let me just hurry and look. That one's also really good. Hurry, do some filler. Do something entertaining.
I was just about to say horror is not really like I like horror, but horror's not really been my favorite thing. I'm really particular when it comes to like horror. I mostly like comedy horror, like scary movie type vibes, like just kind of making fun of horror movies because they almost always have some weird trope. Like it's always so
Mm-hmm.
they're just not good. They're not really that good. Oh my god, except for things like now don't come for me, y'all.
If
But
you
like
don't do it.
um Hereditary, like that type vibe.
Ow.
Hereditary is a good horror movie, like of course Midsummer, and I know those are both
Midsummer is
A24.
pretty good.
But don't come for me. Midsummer is very good. See, ones like that.
You'll like. Okay, so I remember or I googled the name. I didn't remember it. It's called Creep.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's about a guy who's gets a Craigslist job to come record this guy in the middle of the woods living his life. sort of.
Okay.
And it's fucking insane.
Interesting.
That one's really good. That one has a perfect vibe.
My favorite review of a movie so far. It's fucking insane.
It's wild. It's
I
nuts.
love how we somehow got on the topic of horror movies, and it is nearing spooky season. Spooky season is not 100% upon us. It's kind of like in that weird limbo period where fall is coming in. And I just have to say, it is one of my favorite, like fall, winter is my favorite time of the year.
We
Speaking of horror movies.
we don't even have a fall here in Wyoming. It's just summer then winter.
That's
There's
actually
no
very sad.
cooling period. It just like blizzards. I mean, we had a blizzard in what mid June, early July.
That's
So
insane.
we
That
just
does not seem real to me.
yeah, we don't really have a. I mean, and then it's just really hot. I mean, if you can
Right.
consider like 90s really hot,
Yes, that's very hot.
that is too hot for me. It's usually mostly like 70s and 80s, and I hate it. But then
Right.
in the winter, we just get negative and blizzards all year. So I love the fall. I grew up in Utah, and I love there was a real fall there.
Ugh, I love fall. Like pumpkin spice lattes are just coming into effect. Like the white girls are last episode we were hating on the white girls, but
It's their
it
time
is
of the year.
it's white girl autumn. Like it's coming into full effect. Like pumpkin spice latte get in me. Like I'm actually about to start foaming at the mouth thinking about it. Like
It's tiny pumpkin season. We can't diss on white girls anymore. This is their time of
we
the year.
can't.
They
They're
have
in their prime right
yeah, we
now.
can't hurt this. They're invincible right now. We cannot
You're about
touch
to
them.
see McKinley walking out of Home Goods with her hot pumpkin spice latte and her thick tan scarf covering her red and black cardigan with her Chelsea boots and her
Hmm.
skinny jeans.
And then she gets in the car and like spins her little tiny pumpkin decoration she has on her rearview mirror, plays
And
with it a little bit.
she's about to head to Bath and Body Works to get some of their fall scents. Like
Oh yeah,
they are
definitely.
in their prime right now. Like
This is their season.
this is literally their season. Like, and I'm not gonna take that away from them because, baby, if that's you, that's you. I will let you have this one. If you're not acting up, do your thing, McKinley.
Hmm. McKinley.
Because if you're living for it, I'm living for it. Because I genuinely do love fall so much. It's like not a joke.
It shouldn't be. Fall is the best season.
Mm-mm. No, and like I'm sorry, but there are so many people like when I tell them that winter is my favorite season, they look at me in disgust, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like the vibes are completely different. It's not just the cold weather;
What
it's
are you talking about,
The
winter?
energy shifts in the universe.
You don't even know winter. You've never got more than like an inch of snow.
Okay, I know winter, but I don't know harsh winter. Like I don't have to be going through it to
Here
understand
in the
winter.
north. Here in the north, we
Listen,
have winter.
we don't like winter now. We don't start getting snow here until like late December sometimes, and then it goes into like February now.
You have some snow? Tell me about
Oh, we
that.
get snow. Like we'll get like maybe 2 to 3 inches, like maybe 5 inches if it's going ham outside.
Ooh.
But like Tennessee is also the kind of place that no matter where you're at in Tennessee, they'll be like, "Oh, y'all got 1 inch of snow. We're shutting down. We
We've
are
never
shutting
been
down."
shut down. We have to beg to get the schools and stuff shut down after when it snows like a foot and a half. We have to be like,
I
listen, we don't feel like driving, or the buses have to be so cold that they can't start. Otherwise, we're
Right.
gone. That's it. We're going.
See, I couldn't do that to myself. I just get too much anxiety when it comes to like the thought of getting in a wreck or
Yeah.
like something happening to me. Like I couldn't. I physically probably couldn't do it. Like
It's not
going
that
out
hard.
in that type of weather, no.
You just need like an SUV. I feel like
No.
everybody here owns an SUV or a truck,
Right.
and then they like maybe drive a car during the summer, but the summer's like
Mm,
4 months, and then the rest of the year is winter.
right.
So there's almost, I mean, there's mostly SUVs on the street.
I mean, that's understandable. If like in a place like that, I like even if I had an SUV, I'd be like, I don't want to do this. Like I just can't do this. This is not for me. I'm not built for this.
But
This
you live like,
SUV might be built for this, but I'm not built for this.
don't you live in like Tennessee? Isn't there like a bunch of like off-roading mud stuff there?
Yeah, but do you think I
Good point.
know where that is? Like, I don't know about that.
I just realized that's not your crowd, not your vibe.
Mm-mm.
It's not my crowd either,
Like,
but it's my vibe.
if no, I'm just shit out of luck. But I love the vibe of staying alone whenever it's winter outside. Wait,
Hmm.
what'd you say?
Nothing. I took a
Oh,
sip and it.
I thought you said something and I couldn't hear you. I was like, if my audio is going out right now, I'm killing myself.
Yeah, your phone is broken. It's dead.
Yeah, my Android phone is broken. So no, I'm just kidding. I don't have Androids. I don't have Androids. I don't have an Android. But no hate to people that do have an Android. Like,
Yeah.
I love you. You're living your best life.
Android is great.
Um,
I literally would have one, except I cannot stand the emojis.
yeah, I just can't get past the aesthetic of an
Yeah, it
Android
looks like
phone.
shit.
Like, I don't care what that thing can do. Like, it could actually.
It could end world hunger and cure
I was just
cancer.
about to say that. I was
Yeah.
just about to say it could end world hunger, and I'd be like, it's ugly though.
Yeah, it's really
It's
gross
not
looking.
giving. Anyways, I love staying home whenever it's like snowing outside and just the vibe of having either a hot coffee or a hot
Hmm.
cocoa. Like,
You ever been in a hot tub during a blizzard?
never.
That is the vibe. That is
I've
literally the best
never.
thing in the world.
That sounds like it'd be nice though. I don't know about a blizzard.
Your hair like freezes in like weird positions and you're just like super hot in the hot tub.
Mm,
It's nice.
that sounds stressful to me.
I
My
mean,
hair would I would get stuck on something. My hair would freeze on
it
something.
does. You'll freeze onto the hot tub and then you gotta like have somebody like cup some hot water and thaw your hair off so you can get out.
No, I could not do that.
It's nice.
Well, maybe I would.
You would do it if you lived somewhere where that was like a thing that happens all the time. Like there's a blizzard every week, so you're not gonna just not get in the hot tub, you know?
Right. You're like, this blizzard is not gonna stop me now.
Yeah, it's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna get in.
No. The most that I do whenever it's like a blizzard or it's like heavy winter outside, which I don't really experience here anymore. Like I said, maybe some things will ice over and it'll be like 5 inches of snow.
Hmm.
I'll just like walk around, you know, doing my damn thing, just looking.
Looking at the
Like, what
snow.
is there to do? Like, there is nothing to do but vibe, and that's my favorite thing to do.
I really like winter camping, honestly. Like you go out onto the mountains when it's like -10 and snowing.
See, Wyoming is not real. Why are you camping in -10 degrees?
Because you can like, I mean, there's all the snow. You can like build up the snow around your tent, and then your tent's warm. You like dig out snow and put like a fireplace, and the snow just like reflects the heat back into your tent. You pee, and then it like freezes
I don't
in a
know.
puddle. There's like and you can like pick up your frozen puddle of piss and
No,
throw it like a
no.
frisbee.
You're sick.
And
You're
I've never done
twisted.
that. I think you could.
Oh, I've never done
Yeah,
that.
definitely never done that. Never thrown a piss frisbee at anybody.
Oh my god, like,
You can
no.
freeze an egg. Like you can,
Freeze an egg?
yeah, you can freeze an egg and it look like you break it outside. If you're like, I don't know, I think I'm at over 6,000 feet right now. So if you go up like 1,000 feet in the mountains and you just like crack an egg in the middle of winter, it'll freeze and look like a cooked egg. It's so cool. You just have to do it, you know?
We'll have to do that one episode for the pod. Because I was also just thinking, I'm so excited to decorate for Christmas. Like, I'm thinking about how I want my background to look. Like, I'm going to have the lights up. I literally have a mini Christmas tree that I keep up all year round in my room.
I have
I
a mini
don't have it right
Christmas tree.
now.
I'll put it right here.
It's at my other house, but you have a what? Show me.
I have a mini Christmas tree. I'll just put it right here. Okay, I'll grab it.
Oh, I thought you had it
Oh,
right
no, I
now.
don't have it right here. Actually, I don't want to grab it. That's too far.
Yeah, that's too far. I thought you would like had already had it. I was like, oh my god, we're on the same wavelength already.
No, I like decorating for Christmas. I do. Christmas just doesn't feel magic to me anymore, though.
See, I feel like every year I go into it with the expectation that I'm gonna force myself to make it feel like magic. So I'm
Nice.
just like, yes, I'm gonna get so hyped up for Christmas. And then I usually like whenever the holidays come around, I'm like, I'm not that hyped up. Like, I think I pre-hype myself up too much, and then I'm just like, yeah, now it's here, but like, what am I gonna do?
You're just gonna, you're just gonna be pissed off. I keep waiting for Christmas to feel like Christmas, and it just doesn't happen. There's that feeling when you're a kid. It can't be replicated
I think that can be replicated with
by having kids and watching them feel it.
yeah, I was about to say that. I feel like that's probably the closest that you could get.
Yeah, living through your kids, and then you end up being like that
Yeah.
parent who like puts their kids in TV commercials to feel something.
I don't think I would ever do that unless my child wanted that. Because whenever I was young, I was like, oh my god, I would love to do that. Never had that happen, of course.
Same.
But I don't know how I would feel. No, I could never do that. I don't like parents that do that to their kids.
Live through them.
Yeah, it's very odd to me. Like, get your own life.
Yeah, do something yourself.
Do something yourself. Do something for
Audition for
yourself.
commercials.
Let your kid be a kid. Like,
Bring them to Chuck E.
stop.
Cheese.
Yeah, y'all just need to go to Chuck E. Cheese and hang out. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
I always wonder, what
Like,
do adults do at Chuck E. Cheese? My parents literally just sat at a table the whole time. That was it. And I was running around being a fucking hoodlum.
hoodlum vibes at Chuck E. Cheese.
I was looking under everything because they never bought us tokens. You know, we just had to like search them out, crawling under the
Y'all
machines.
just gotta run around and figure it out.
Yeah, we always found enough tokens.
I have never been to Chuck E. Cheese, so I don't know.
Do they just
I don't know the
have
vibe.
it?
I've never ever in my life.
You just don't have a Chuck E. Cheese, or like
No, there's one that's like maybe 30, 45 minutes away, but like
what the fuck, dude?
never been.
It's not worth it. Honestly, you're
Why
not
is
missing
that?
anything.
I love how everybody is gagged when I tell them I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese, but then they're also always like, but it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I mean, it's just shocking because it's like that's like the
It's
Gen
just like
Z
a cultural
thing.
thing.
Yeah, like every Gen Z person has been to Chuck E. Cheese except you and like Europeans, but they don't count. They have
I guess
stupid
I'm a
accents.
millennial then.
You're not a millennial.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese,
Do
therefore I am a
not.
millennial.
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm giving millennial vibes.
No,
Like,
you are not. Do not insult yourself. Do not
there's
insult yourself.
There's younger millennials that are like giving.
Oh,
They're,
like
serving.
AOC.
I don't know.
I love AOC. She's a millennial, I think.
Well, then I'm a millennial.
This is like the worst. This is the worst thing you've ever said in your life, and you don't even know it. Being a millennial is like the most cringe.
What is so great about Gen Z though?
We're mean to millennials.
Y'all are. I say y'all like I'm not technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel it in my soul. I'm not Gen Z. I don't know why. Like, I feel like that's maybe because whenever I was like 14, 15, and people got it wrong and called us or like said some weird shit about like us kids being millennials when in
Mm-hmm.
reality we were Gen Z. I don't know if you ever experienced that, but when I was younger, like
Everybody made fun of
teachers,
millennials.
yeah, everybody made fun of millennials and like teachers and different like older people would always make memes or say something about millennials, but they would
Mm-hmm.
be referring to like younger kids.
Well, we were like 14 and we were like at high school and shit, right? Like the juniors and seniors were millennials, and then the sophomores and freshmen were like Gen Z.
Oh my god.
So that would have been really confusing for the
Well,
teachers because they'd go from their like millennial students to their Gen Z students, and we pretty much were all the
I mean, they're pretty
same.
much very all the same. So like I always I mean, I never always consider myself a millennial, but people would always say that like, "Oh, you're a millennial."
God, I hate millennials.
I don't know. I don't really have a say like, "Oh, you're a millennial. That's cool." I still don't know when you were born. Like that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know. I don't know about that.
That means they were born in like, yeah, that means they were born in like 94, 95.
That's crazy.
And then to like, 89 or something. I don't fucking know how
I
high
think
it goes.
I was just born 5 years too late.
You were not. You would be so fucking boring. Have you ever met a gay millennial? No offense.
Oh, okay. Actually, yes. And
They
I do
fucking
have to say,
suck.
I don't identify with like gay millennials. Like
Gay millennials are the worst.
they're not. They can be the worst. Okay, well, a lot of them do suck. I've got to say,
Yeah, I am not a
especially when
fan.
they like. Usually, they have weird, specific obsessions with something that they don't shut the fuck up about.
They're like the turfs of the gay community. Like they have the same energy. They like have this like
Oh,
idealized version of what being gay is, and
right.
like everything
And
outside
they're
of
very
that.
judgmental. They're very judgmental. They're very picky. Okay.
Not all of them. There's some great gay millennials, just not like
Of course. You've heard it here first, though. Damon is homophobic.
I am
Only
homophobic.
against gay millennials.
Yes, if you are a gay millennial, I will call you the F slur and kill you.
But if you're a gay Zoomer,
You're
you're
great. I'll
serving
fuck
pussy
you.
and cunt. Like, it's two completely different ball fields.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually pretty accurate.
But I think like our generation is just like pretty much all fucking queer in some way.
I feel like Generation Z genuinely, and I say that with a grain of salt because I honestly don't know too much about it and I don't care. I feel like Gen Z is much more laid back and kind of chill, and they less they, they make fun of older people because it's almost like the older people are like trying too hard,
Yeah.
or they're just acting. And oh my god, you know what it is too?
Hmm.
A bunch of the older gen. Oh my, I'm just unraveling a bunch of shit in my mind now
Do
because
it. We're gonna go down this thought loop.
millennials equal the weird theater kids. A lot of them. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And that's, oh my god. That's why we make fun of them so much.
They deserve it.
Because they're like that over dramatic, they're over the top, like they think everything's a sitcom. Like they are truly, when Generation Z made fun of the whole main character thing, like millennials genuinely have that like personality defect.
They
Like,
do.
and it all started with Glee.
Oh shit, dude. Don't get me
It
started on
all
Glee.
started with Glee. Like,
Me and my cousin, our homophobic ass grandparents hate it because we're Orthodox Mormon family.
of course.
Orthodox Mormon family. We have
Whatever that means.
it's it's like Orthodox Jew. Like, can you think of like Orthodox Jewish? Does that make sense to you?
Like I don't know.
Or
Oh my god,
Orthodox
wait. Does Orthodox
Baptist?
mean like doesn't Orthodox mean
To the T, perfect.
like extremely
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. Okay,
tradition,
yeah.
like they follow like Orthodox Jewish or Orthodox Baptist are probably more familiar, where they're like weird. They take
Yeah.
it super seriously. It's like their whole life. Anyways, Orthodox
Yeah,
Mormon family,
literally.
right? And me and my cousin would like sneak away and we'd watch Glee, and it made us
Oh god.
into it made us progressive. They hated it.
Glee made us progressive. See, I watch Glee. Here's the thing to think about, and I could be wrong. If you're a millennial and I'm wrong, let me know. I don't think I am, but I truly could be.
Yeah.
I feel like millennials watched Glee and loved it for a completely different reason why like Gen Z would watch it and love it. Because I feel like whenever we watch it, it's like this is so bad. Like
It
who the
is. It
fuck
is so
wrote
bad.
this? Like
It's
who acts like this? Like what the fuck is going on?
it was made for that millennial audience. You like the
Exactly.
gay characters are
The gay characters on Glee are like hate crimes
yeah.
in themselves.
If there was an
Like
Orthodox gay, that is the gays in Glee.
it's and I don't know. It's very odd to me because it's not to say that gay people like that don't exist because like obviously they do, but it's the
And they're
reason
valid.
why they made the character like it's the reason why they made the character that way because it was kind of like a trope of this is a gay man, like this is a gay person,
It was something
like
that
they're
everybody would like see, and they it's like that scene in SpongeBob where like the SpongeBob movie where the King Neptune takes on his crown, takes off the paper bag, and everyone's bald, bald, bald. That's like Glee. Whenever a gay character comes on, you're like, fat. You know,
literally they have to make it. And I don't know why they do that. It's just so odd and like
it's the only way millennials can
Grant.
like be like, oh yes, gay.
Oh, exactly. But granted, they did get a little better because I know in later seasons, I think they had like gay characters that were not like very stereotypes. Like
Hmm.
it got better. But the beginning days of Glee, oh my god, hilarious.
I've got a hot take on Glee.
What's your hot take?
Um, in my opinion, they made the gay characters, the male gay characters,
Mm-hmm.
the stereotype, right? But then they made the
Mm-hmm.
lesbian characters fetishized. Like they
Mm.
found two really like hot, skinny bodied, attractive female characters and they said, "Let's have them make out on camera and imply that they scissor." You know?
Right, 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 right.
It did not help the lesbian movement, you know?
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that moment. I don't know. I didn't dig too deep into the lesbians of Glee, but I do see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying.
You know, I don't know. Glee was problematic, but it was really good at being really fucking awful.
It's like hate watching is so real, and that's just perfect for it.
Yeah, if you want something to watch just because it's bad, you have Glee,
Please,
and
yes.
then you have what's another thing millennials love? Uggs. You could buy a pair of Uggs just because they're so ugly, because they
Buy a pair of
suck. Actually, just rent a pair.
a secret surprise sponsorship. We're actually sponsored by Uggs.
uh,
Go
no,
buy
but if they,
Uggs.
if they did want to sponsor us, I would wear Uggs and say that I
I
love them.
would not
I
like
would
unless
sell
I
out.
no. If I saw like if UGG boots, okay, let's be real. If UGG messaged us, I would have to seriously scour through their website to find something I liked before I was like, okay.
No, as soon as somebody says, as soon as a company reaches out, you just say, "Oh, yes, I love it all. Give it all to me." That's it.
I could never do that.
I'm a full sellout.
I can see that, but I'm fully not.
I will go full Weezer up in this bitch.
I will go full Weezer. I don't know. I'm very picky. Like I'm very picky with everything now, so I just could never.
I have no sense of style, dude. This is the coolest shirt I own, I think, because it's almost a turtleneck, but it's not. You know, they don't make
See,
that.
I don't think I could even sell those vibrators on Twitter if I had like a hit tweet. Like,
What?
have you never seen those?
No. What the
Like when
fuck?
someone has a really popular tweet, these companies DM them for like promo for them to put directly underneath that tweet, and it'll be like, "Oh my god, ladies, get your Rosebud vibrator today. It's so good." Or
How
it'll
much
be
do they
like,
get paid?
I don't know, like
I think for enough money you'd sell out. You just don't know it yet.
I don't know, like I want to say I wouldn't, but like
I think that does that make me a bad communist?
I mean, unless you're if you do it for a reason for like to redistribute the wealth,
I'm not redistributing shit.
like you know what I mean. If you're not, then
I,
it's giving bad communist vibes.
I would use the money to buy a bunch of guns so that we can
Oh, we're never getting sponsors.
so we can overthrow so we can seize the means of production. That's what it is. I'll buy a bunch of guns so we can
Overthrow.
seize the means of production. Actually, I've been looking at it. I don't know. What's your take on guns? Anti, pro?
Okay, like my actual opinion on guns is obviously it changes a lot because I feel like I'm stuck between two options.
Mm-hmm.
Ban guns because we don't really need them anyways. Or put regulations on them where you can only own like a handgun or like some other type of small weapon that's not insane.
I'm a communist, so I say give everybody guns.
See, I don't know. Like it's scary. Like the idea of me holding a gun is scary to me, and if that's scary to me, I don't want anybody else. Like I don't want that. Like get away from me. Like I don't want to look at it. Like don't talk to me. Like it's scaring me. Like I don't know. It's just too much to handle, honestly.
This is what we'll do. All right, if you ever come visit, we'll record an episode where I'll just be like handing you guns and watching, and we'll just like record you shooting them.
Actually, that'd be fun.
That
I
would be
would
a
do
vibe.
that.
I don't,
I would do that.
I don't know what
I
kind of.
think what genuinely what my biggest fear is with guns, like any time that I've ever been around somebody and a gun, it's not like, oh my god, I wholeheartedly trust this person. Like it's never been that situation. So like obviously I'm gonna be a little bit more uncomfortable because like I don't know, like
The way that
but that's
like
why I say like handguns are fine because like I could potentially see myself owning a handgun, like
yeah.
but I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
I mean, I don't like actually think give like everybody. I think my real opinion is that we should pass legislation. So if you want to own a gun, you have to go through a testing and licensing service for that gun where like you have to get not 50, fuck, that's a lot of hours now that I think about it. But like you have to get a certain amount of hours with the gun, with an
Right.
instructor so that you know everything for the safety and everything that you need to know to be like responsible with it.
Right.
And
Like
then after
what's
you
it
get the
called? Like
license, you can get the gun.
trigger what's that word? It's like trigger something.
Trigger Me Elmo. Have you seen that episode of Michael
No.
Reeves?
No, I'm trying to think of the only term that I know revolving around guns, and it's
Common
like trigger
sense?
safety. Is it trigger
Oh,
safety? I don't know.
yeah. Trigger safety makes sense.
I think there's a different word for it,
Like
and
you
I know I'm
don't put
definitely
your
wrong.
finger on the trigger until you like are absolutely going to fire.
Yeah, it's basically like I feel like there's a different word, but yeah, that's the only thing I know. It's like
Gun
just don't put your
safety? Like the
trigger.
gun safety classes?
No, there's like trigger something. Well, I'm not gonna waste time on this, but
Trigger libtards. Just kidding.
no,
Just kidding.
me.
That's something that
Um,
gun people say. Trigger the libtards.
trigger. We're about to trigger the libtards on this
I'm gonna trigger
podcast.
all of the libtards. Come here,
Just kidding.
snowflakes. Just kidding.
Oh my god! Just because we got a little political, and I know we're probably gonna do it every episode because it's
Yeah.
Millennial, but I really do want to ask really quickly if you know anything about this. What are your thoughts on the drama that I don't even know why it's drama, but the drama of Hasan buying a mansion or something like
Okay,
that? Like, what's the tea?
I know everything about this.
Okay,
I
how
fucking
long have we
it's
been recording first?
I have no idea. Let me just alt tab here.
Because I really want you to delve into it because
Um,
I don't know too much about it.
we've been recording for only 50 minutes.
Okay,
The
this might be our
Hassan
last
drama.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
this might be our
and this is
last
what's going to be in
drama.
the title. We're going to say the Hassan drama in the title so that everybody has to
At the
watch all the way
very
till the
end.
end. Yeah. But okay, so so Hassan is a socialist,
Of course.
and the ideas of socialism are basically it's just a transitional period to establish Marxist communism. Marxist communism is complicated and nobody understands it, but I don't want to get into that. But the idea is
Right.
so give me a second. I did like 6 political theory classes. So I'm kind of
Oh,
like,
so he's
I
like
was going to get my
smart.
degree in political theory and then I
Okay,
dropped
King.
out. But, anyways, so basically we have like the traditional liberals and the neoliberals on one side of the
Right.
drama, and then we have the leftists on the other side.
Hmm.
So the leftists will be like the communists and the socialists, and then the liberals and neoliberals are like Democrats and Republicans,
Yeah.
conservatives, basically. Um, but the idea that is being pushed by the conservatives, the Democrats and Republicans, is that if you are a socialist and you have money, you are not allowed to keep that money or use that money while living under a capitalist system. You have to you have to live by the philosophy of socialism and Marxism, and
Right,
you
like you
have
have
to
to
give all of it
redistribute your
away. Yeah,
wealth.
but we're not living under that. Hassan, the opinion of the leftists like me and like the socialists and communists is that he's getting that money under the system. He's bringing awareness to these ideas. He's criticizing people who deserve criticizing.
Hmm.
And while we're living under this system, he needs to do what he needs to do to make himself comfortable and keep himself making this content that he needs to. Because the ideas of socialism isn't that, and this is the issue, is that like conservatives, like Democrats and Republicans, seem to believe that communism and socialism, everybody is equally poor, right?
Hmm.
So Hasan living this lifestyle, living in this relatively cheap house if you compare it to other houses in the area that he lives,
Hmm.
is disingenuous to the cause and to the people who are living poorly. But the truth is that we want everybody to have houses like Hasan
Right.
and have that fulfillment like Hasan. So they're saying that you cannot be a socialist and live in a wealthy house and make lots of money. But Hasan is actually like he's paying more in taxes than Bezos and Trump,
Right.
and he's paying more in taxes. He's doing his part. He's spreading a positive message, and
Yeah.
he's living a comfortable lifestyle like he believes everybody should live. But if he gave away all of his money, he wouldn't do anything.
Right.
It
Like,
would just be a waste.
yeah, like to me, it's giving very. I obviously don't know too much about politics, so this is just me using like words that I know.
Yeah.
But it's almost giving very like envious, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you have this, but I don't have it,
Yeah.
so you shouldn't have it because I can't have it either.
Yeah, and that's not what socialism is. And the they're trying to like say that it's like a big hypocrisy, and they're trying to be like, look,
Hmm.
leftists are all liars. As soon as they get rich, they stop paying taxes and start buying and start living luxuriously, and it's like that's not true. There is no
Well,
hypocrisy
right.
because that's not the point. The whole point is they're trying to like discredit Hassan as a socialist in order to push this like agenda that like you're only progressive until you get a job. Have you heard that?
Hmm. I don't think I've ever heard that.
You've never. I think like they always say like you'll be a Democrat till you get a job. You'll be a socialist till you get a job, and then it's like you want to keep your wealth and not pay taxes. But that's just not accurate, especially to these younger generations where we're like, yeah, where working makes us more communist. We're like, yeah, this is
Right.
ridiculous. I'm working at this exploited rate, and I'm not
Right.
I because for me, like, I always have trouble keeping a job because I feel like I'm working harder than my wage, and that's
Right.
wrong. You know,
I
it's
definitely understand
exploitation.
that.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're just trying to discredit him because he's hot, because he's sexy, because he has a 12
I'm just
pack.
too sexy.
Yeah, because everybody wants to fuck Hasan. They keep turning all of their wives. He keeps turning everyone's wives socialist. He
Yeah.
keeps making everyone's sons gay, and they just want a reason to hate him.
I think that's pretty accurate, I would say.
I fucking love Hasan.
I like him. I don't dislike him. I don't love him. Like,
Okay, but have
he's
you
not done
seen him?
anything to make me be like, oh my God, I can't trust this guy. Or like, I don't like him.
Has he done anything to make you think like, oh my god, I can't come until I see a picture of him, or is that just me? Or
I think that might just be a you thing.
I don't think it can't
But
be just me.
no, if someone experiences it, there's definitely multiple people that experience it, but that's just not me.
Yeah, I'm just
But he
kidding,
is
sort
hot.
of. Well, he's hot. He's smart.
He's smart. Like,
He's rich. He could take care of me.
it's the brains for me. Like, I don't know. He's rich. If you really want to show that you're a socialist, redistribute that wealth,
Yeah, they're
baby.
saying that you
Because
can't be rich and be a socialist, and that's just not true.
if you're rich, you have to be a sugar daddy, is what
Yeah,
I'm hearing.
basically that's exactly what it is.
So I could get behind that. That might be a topic for another episode, though. I can see that being a written law somewhere,
I mean, you
actually.
know what? Honestly, let's just like make rich people pay taxes and stop overfunding an unnecessary military.
Let's just make
Put
all
that money into
rich
healthcare and
people
socialized food and medicine and
right.
housing for the poor. We have more houses than we have homeless. More empty houses than we have homeless people. More empty
Yeah,
houses than we have people. Sorry.
yeah. Damon doesn't know what he's talking about, but he'll get there.
I know what I'm talking
Um,
about. I dropped out of college.
yeah, he went to college. Like,
I dropped out of art school and then I dropped out of politics school.
so think about that.
Think about that.
I didn't go, so somebody think about that.
Think about that.
Somebody think
Honestly,
about
the
that.
only difference between what you know and what I know is that I know the fancy words and you just know it by heart.
Right. I just know like the energy and the vibes.
Yeah, and we get it. I feel like that's valid. A lot of people are like,
Right.
if you've never studied it, you can't speak on it. It's like, bitch, you've never like what?
It's like if I understand, like, no, shut the fuck up. Like,
Injustice is a feeling.
I will describe to you black holes through all the YouTube videos I've watched, and no more
Fuck
than you,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I watched 3 hours of Kyle Hill compilations. Get out
Right.
of
Like,
here. I
I
know
think I
everything
know what
about
I'm
theoretical
doing.
physics.
Literally, like, I could have my PhD already. Like,
PH
this is this is also
dick.
another topic, like, for another video, but the amount of shit that you can learn from YouTube
You didn't even need college anymore.
is actually insane. Like, I'm about to be the next Albert Einstein. Like, I can look at his homework on YouTube.
Yeah, and have
I'm
it
about
broken down into a way that you just like understand it and can explain it to somebody
right.
else.
Y'all don't talk to me. I'm gonna be studying my maths and my sciences. Um,
It's all you
you
need
will.
anymore.
I mean, I'm about to be in the next space race. Actually,
I learned enough about neurotransmitters and like drugs impact on neurotransmitters to
yeah.
write like an entire paper by just watching ASAP Science.
Actually, like, I went to YouTube Academy, ho. Like, don't talk to
It's
me.
more valid than Trump College. Is that what it was called?
God, I think it was
Trump University.
Trump University. Yeah.
Fucking great stuff.
Anyway, that's a great ending note. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the pod. I know it was just another like ramble sesh until I force myself or Damon forces me or both of us to like write something out or plan something for an episode. It's just gonna be like this. Like, I know I'm trying to get a guest on Her name is Miss Sin Elise. If anybody knows her, she's on Twitter. I think her Twitter is like at impersonalis. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I might put it in the comments.
She is a BTS stan, so if you're a
She is a
BTS
BTS
stan,
fan.
come.
Yeah, exactly. I really just want to have a guest. Like, that's probably gonna be the only time like we would ever talk, like,
Mm-hmm.
be honed in on a specific conversation. So if you
Can we
like
give like a little
rambling,
teaser, maybe?
do what now?
Like we could give like a little teaser, you know? Isn't she a
Exactly.
she's a psychic, yeah?
She is, yeah, she's like a medium, like psychic, like prophetess type vibe. I don't really know what word she
What
likes to
she
use,
uses.
but she does readings. She does tarot readings. She's predicted some like pretty crazy events,
Mm-hmm.
like world events. She's predicted something with BTS. Um, she's done some other things. I've been following her for about 2 years. I don't know anything off the top of my head that I
She
can.
has a big following on Twitter.
She does have a pretty big following. She has like 53,000 followers on Twitter. Every Monday she does like a weekly insights. So that's kind of where her fan base
Mm-hmm.
stays, because she literally does it every week without fail.
I'm pretty
So
excited because I am. You are a like
mm,
believer, and I am. I don't believe in anything, ever,
right.
except myself
Um
and God.
exactly.
I believe in
Yeah,
myself and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
honestly same. Um but yeah, I'm excited. Maybe I can convince her to come on. I know she's usually busy, but we'll see what the tea is. It would be so amazing to get a guest on like really early on in the
Mm-hmm.
pod,
And
because
that's some.
that would like solidify how legit this is.
Yeah, that would make us feel like a real podcast.
Right. Because I know that we're only visual right now. One of these days we'll be on like Spotify, like
We
we'll be
could get
giving
on
you audio
Spotify.
realness.
I have a
Okay,
I have a
well, we'll be getting on
profile.
Spotify soon.
I got greenlit for Spotify for another podcast idea I had, but it it ended up not working out. It was a
Well,
political
we'll do this
podcast
one.
in Portland. I had like guests lined up and everything, and it just
Oh my God.
yeah.
You know how amazing it would be to like transfer that into this.
Yeah, maybe I'll just like change the name and use my same greenlit idea.
That's what I'm
Just don't
saying.
tell Spotify.
Right, Spotify don't listen to this. But we might be on Spotify soon. Who knows? For now, I hope you enjoy the visual aspect of it. I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up and say goodbye to all the people?
All I have to say is that it's hot in here and it's been nice.
Well, it's cold in here and it's also been nice. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoy the pod. This has been the Roundabout podcast.
Episode 1, baby!
Episode 1 officially. Hopefully, we'll have videos every week. I don't know if I'm going to keep posting them on Saturdays or what, but I'm definitely going to try to at least do once a week.
We'll post them when we
So,
get to it. Once we have like a
exactly.
following and maybe we'll like stream them and have people interacting, then we'll have a
Right.
schedule. But until
That would be a
then,
vibe.
if you like it, deal with it because you love
Exactly.
us.
Just deal with it. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week.
Exact. Have a wonderful day, guys.